our lives are in their hands a lot of the time when it comes down to explosions. They'll say, here's your line where you have to run. If you run over here, I'm going to blow you up. If you run over here, I'm going to kill you.
Welcome back to the Living Banter Podcast. We're so thankful that you are here, so make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. As today, we are about to blow your mind with this guest. He's a stunt performer and coordinator, actor, having featured in many great films such as Jumanji, Pitch Perfect 3, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the latest Jurassic Park. He is an incredible man from Hawaii. Aden Stay, how are you doing?
Hey, thanks for that introduction. I'm doing really good.
Awesome.
Real good.
Stoked to have you.
It's good to have you on, mate. It's good to have you on. So I want to start it off with a bit of a basic question, but what is the most challenging stunt you've had to pull off?
I mean, there's a vast variety of stunts that us as stunt performers always have to kind of have in our wheelhouse, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the real dangerous ones that I've had to do are, probably the most dangerous stunt I would think that we always have to do is when we're completely engulfed in flame.
Oh, yeah.
Like you would think it would be like a high fall or it would be like a car crash. But when we do high falls and car crashes, we're pretty padded up. And the thing that's the most dangerous is the full engulfed in fire, where your body is completely engulfed in fire. Because the fire, it feeds off of oxygen. So you can't breathe because the fire will go into your mouth and burn your lungs and you'll die instantly. So, I've had to do a lot of fire gags where I'm completely engulfed in fire. And then things that also hurt are that are really hard to do are car hits, where you got to step out of the car going like 20 miles an hour.
Jeepers, yeah.
So
no.
Those are no fun.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Bro. Yeah, and I've seen a lot of about those like the stunts where they have to like light someone on fire. There's like a full protection suit. They have to basically like isn't there like a special gasoline or something that they have to pour on someone when they're lighting on fire like that?
Yeah, we have a special igniter fluid, and then that we use. But I mean, sometimes we're not allowed to wear the suit. Sometimes it's our actual arm skinned to fire. So we have a fire gel that we make, and we can put it on your skin itself, and then put the fluid on top of that, and then you light that. So your arm is actually on fire, your skin.
Oh, jeepers. Have you ever singed your eyebrows or something doing that though?
Oh yeah, I've lost. I've lost all my eyebrows off of it, and eyelashes completely gone.
Oh, great! Absolutely
just
great.
Nothing there.
Yeah, gone. Roasted.
Just walk through the door and like no one recognizes you, and you don't realize you're actually just missing your eyebrows.
Jeez.
It's fun.
That's crazy. And you featured in many great films, but I have to ask, which one has been your favorite so far that you've been a part of?
I've had so many, fun moments on sets with so many great people, working with actors and producers and directors and my fellow stunt, performers. That I just got done doing a really fun one. Was Wonder Woman 1984. It's the newest one that's out right now.
Yeah.
We were in Washington for about 9 weeks, Washington D.C.
Awesome.
And working with Gal and all the cast and crew was extremely fun. Jumanji was a blast because I got to do it here in Hawaii, because right now I'm here in Hawaii.
Beautiful.
Nice view.
At my house here in Hawaii. And those are some pretty good memories. I really enjoyed doing a show called Den of Thieves with Gerard Butler and 50 Cent. That was a bank heist film that we got to shoot a lot of really, really cool automatic weapons and go through a lot of bullets. So I have a lot of good memories from a lot of shows, and it's Jumanji and Jurassic was extremely fun. Also, working with everybody at that one, lots of action, explosions, and flipping vehicles, and it was just mayhem.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But also like talking about stunts. So, what for you is the biggest difference working as a stunt coordinator versus, you know, actually doing the stunts and being a stunt performer?
It's the difference of being the general and a soldier.
Okay.
So when I'm the stunt coordinator, I am the general. You know, I have all my guys and girls that work underneath me that they're just as talented as me, if not more talented in some aspects. And my job as stunt coordinator is to make sure everybody goes home safe. That's my main job, and to make sure that I provide the right product for the director. You know, because what we're doing when we're second unit stunt coordinators, we become the second unit stunt director too. So we're actually behind the camera, orchestrating all the stunts. We map them all out. We have previs, which is a previs is when we actually do the stunts indoors or however, wherever it needs to be. And then we show the director the actual footage. And then he pretty much, we take the footage that we make and we go straight into the film.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard about previs before. So also like coming with that is the thing of, I've seen you've worked kind of being a stunt coordinator and a stunt performer on like the same project. So how does that dynamic work? Is it like, would it be like one day on set you'd be a stunt director, or would it be for like an episode of a show and then like another episode you'd be performing, or how would that work?
No, what it is sometimes I'll be the stunt coordinator, and then, you know, because of my skill set or size or look, then I would either match or double the actor. And if, you know, if need be, that my skill set is needed for that actual stunt, then I would hang up the director hat for the actual stunt, go do the stunt. I'd set up all the cameras, and then I'd go behind the car and do the stunt, or go and grab the machine gun and, you know, get shot by the bad guy. You know?
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta, you know, be diverse and be able to help out in any way you can.
Fair enough.
That's phenomenal. That's so cool. And how many years have you been doing this for?
I've been a stuntman for 18 years now.
Wow.
Jeepers, yeah.
That is awesome. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remind me, how did you get your start in it again?
So I live here in Hawaii, and they were doing a show called, the first show I worked on was called Baywatch Hawaii. And and that show I was just helping out with the background and some stuff with I had big heavy equipment here in Hawaii, like excavators and bulldozers and things like that. So they hired me that way. And then when I did my first stunt, I was on a show called Lost. Are you familiar with the show called Lost?
Yeah, Lost.
It was a little show, I think, on ABC. And I was doing the heavy equipment side of it, and the director, his name's J.J. Abrams. He liked my look and my height, so he asked me to join the show. So I became one of the cast as one of in the pilot. During the pilot, they needed a stunt guy to do a motorcycle stunt, and my background is professional motorcycle riding.
Okay.
I have ramps.
Jeez.
I have like the big giant ramps, and I would jump very long distance in the air. So they needed some sort of motorcycle stunt. So I helped them out, and that day they said, "Okay, now you're a stuntman."
Oh, great!
It was meant to be.
Yeah. So how does like working from like going to like doing motorcycle stunts to doing like car stunts, was there some sort of training you had to go through, or was it just like, I could drive a motorbike very well, pretty sure I could drive a car fairly well?
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of stunt people, there's courses. There's like driving schools, and there's falling schools, and I've always been pretty athletic, you know, and have a very big athletic background. So it was pretty easy for me to transition from vehicles like motorcycles then to cars. I also drive like all the big rigs, like the semis and things that sometimes in films. So like when you see like the big rig flying by in a chase scene, and it's a really tight squeeze or a head on, I'm in the big 18-wheeler.
Oh, great.
What?
Jeez.
Yeah, so it was a pretty easy transition for me, because I grew up racing cars and racing motorcycles. So, you know, I love all vehicles. They're fun.
Oh yeah, Motorhead.
I can imagine.
Love that. For sure. And
Yep.
you stay in Kauai, right? Were you born there and raised?
Yeah, right now I'm on Oahu. Kauai is over there. It's like 80 miles over there. And I was born and raised on Kauai in a town called Hanalei. A very small town. Beautiful. You know, very beautiful place to be born. I was blessed to be born there and have the friends that I have. It really gave us the ability to it groomed me to be a stuntman because of all the wild things we'd do as kids, pretty much.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Because I mean, in a small town, it's not
place.
In a small town, there's like, I know there's the classic saying of, there's nothing really to do there except, get up to nonsense. So your nonsense was obviously like racing cars and doing, biking and stuff like that. Do you still keep in contact with some of those friends?
Oh, yeah, they're still my best friends. I mean, I still talk
That's
to.
Awesome.
It's funny because all my friends from my little town became the best at what they were doing in the world and became like world champions. I grew up with guys like Bruce and Andy Irons, which Andy was the world champion surfer for
3 times.
And, 3 times. There you go. And so I grew up in a town and I was blessed to have, Laird Hamiltons and Andy Irons and these giant names in my little town. And then, I definitely wasn't going to go after to try to become the best surfer because Andy and those guys already had it.
Yeah.
So I went to Hollywood.
Fair enough.
Incredible. What a neighborhood that must have been.
Yeah,
it was a bunch of champions running around.
We have a wild group of kids that I grew up with since, diaper days.
Yeah. And you could say that Kauai is like off the grid, so to say. How do you find it living in such a off the grid type of place where it's just beautiful, pure nature? It's not so much suburban and city. How do you find it?
I mean, I don't get island fever like everybody asks me. Do you get island fever a lot? It's probably the best place on earth to live. I gotta say, like I've been around the whole world. I've been to many countries and continents and seen how others live and checked it out. And I mean, I always come back to Hawaii smiling and just happy to be here. When you get off the plane, it's like just stress release. It's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's phenomenal.
And switching back to
We've
stunts.
Never been, you guys.
Yeah. And switching back to stunts. I want to ask a bit of a dumb question, but has anyone like ever like one of the lead roles like actually punched you in the face? And I know this is one of the strangest questions, but
100% yes. I've had it happen a few times actually. Because when we're doing fight scenes with the main actor, we run through the beats. They're called beats. So if it's going to be like a 10 or 20 beat fight where we're throwing choreographed swings and kicks and punches and headbutts, I've had actors punch me square in the nose.
Oh, great!
I have a scar. I have a big scar right here from the show Daredevil. I don't know if you know that one.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what happened there.
So Daredevil, I was the bad guy in Daredevil, Kingpin.
Oh,
wow.
right. Yeah, right.
So the main actor, his name is Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
And I doubled Vincent D'Onofrio, and we were in the final season. We were doing a extremely extensive long fight scene, and Daredevil. I'm fighting with Daredevil, and he headbutts me, but Daredevil has horns.
Oh no!
So I'm supposed to react. I'm supposed to react, and we just got too close, and his horn went through my cheek.
Oh, great!
Like,
must have been a fun day on set.
Painful.
I just super glued it shut and went back to work.
Great. So did they have to like put makeup on it, or was it just like the super glue? Or
no, I was supposed to be bloody, so I'm wearing a white tuxedo. It was his wedding day, and I'm supposed to be bloody with fake blood, so they just left my real blood on it.
That has Daredevil all over it.
Yeah, I'll send you guys a photo.
Oh yeah, that
Sounds
is
good.
That is beautiful. That takes true dedication to the craft to actually
Yeah.
not only mix the fake
Genuine.
blood with your real blood.
Definitely dedicated to the craft, boys.
Yep, there it is.
Genuine.
And just since, we were talking about, superhero movies, how does that compare to, like, less superhero movies? Because I know there's 1,001 special effects that actually happen in, that side of things. How does it work alongside for you with the stunt performing?
The CGI mixed
the
with
CGI.
the stunts. Me personally, I like to do everything practical if it's available, and then rely on CGI as minimal as possible because I'm old school and I like to actually do the stunts.
Yeah.
So, I'm definitely not, anti CGI. I definitely, I'm open arms to saving my skin and my bones and my body if need be. But mostly for me and my group of stunt team that I'm usually around, we like to get after it. We like to do, if the show calls for 100 mile an hour crash on a motorcycle lay down, we like to get out there and do it.
Yeah. And I have to admit, practical just
that.
always looks better, if I'm honest, because
when it's practical,
it is practical, yeah.
True.
Because
True.
I watch a lot of this one YouTube channel called The Corridor Crew, and basically they have like these certain react videos where they like react to certain scenes, doing stunts and VFX and things like that. And the problem is with like CGI and things like that is it takes so many small little nuances. I think my internet's cutting out.
Yeah.
It takes so many small it takes so many small little nuances to actually make a scene look realistic that sometimes just doing it practical is probably the cheaper and better way.
Cheaper for sure. CGI is extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I also recently learned about was the like explosions in CG and things like that. And I'm just wondering, like, because there's so many different elements, wouldn't it just be easier to blow something up, on set? Like,
yeah. I mean, with the VFX crew and the special effects crews, they really like to blow stuff up.
Yeah,
like they love
For
it.
sure.
Like, and they're like some of our best compadres on set because our lives are in their hands a lot of the time when it comes down to explosions. They'll say, here's your line where you have to run. If you run over here, I'm gonna blow you up. If you run over here, I'm gonna kill you.
Straightforward.
So but they're a great group of guys. I love, especially here in Hawaii. I really love our VFX guys out here. His name's Mike, and he's he's a character for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out.
They don't even like. They can't even put tape down though at all, can they? Because that's like this section you can't go past. Like you have to actually visualize where it is.
Yeah, you have to memorize, but like you get a good heads up. There's in Hollywood, we are extremely focused on safety. We try not to lose any stunt performers to death a year. We do unfortunately lose one to a few a year in what we do. It's a very dangerous occupation. That's why a few 100 to 500 people on the planet do what I do.
Yeah, well,
it's very elite group.
It's and it's a very, very dangerous job. Yeah, have you ever really gotten some like nasty injuries to do with getting in a stunt? Yeah,
I mean, I've had broken bones, and open cuts, like deep where I need stitches, or I mean, I'm a big fan of super glue versus stitches, but
yeah, I can understand why. I can definitely understand why.
Yeah, it's easier for me to name the bones I haven't broke than the names I have broke. I've never broken my spine. I've never broken my femurs. I've broken my hips or my knees, but I've broken fibs, tibs, wrists, concussions, broke my nose like 6 times, 7 times,
Sure.
broke my jaw, broke my
Jeepers.
skull, broke my neck. But like a lot of it is not really on set, but it's like preparing for it. Sometimes, you know, you go out and you try it and you get a little hurt. I mean, to be a stuntman, my body is my corporation.
100%. Yeah.
You know, so I have to stay in shape, and I have to stay able to, you know, they call you any day and say, are you available? Can you do a cannon at 80 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour in a pickup truck and flip it 6 times? You know, you got to be able to say, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's great.
That is top class.
And do you guys like have special? Do you guys have like special health insurance for that? So how does that work?
So our health insurance is health insurance in the nation. We have a very good, strong union, and our health insurance for the stunt community is the top. We do get hurt and we do get banged up pretty bad.
I mean, you guys deserve it. Honestly,
I can definitely imagine. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you are world-class athletes. I mean, you're training hard, putting your body through the most, performing on a big platform. That sounds like a top-class athlete to me.
Yeah, I mean, most stuntmen and stuntwomen come from a professional athlete background. Whether you're a gymnast, martial artist, you know, car driver, motorcycle rider, everybody has, you know, a professional level. So they come straight over from their athletic profession over to this business, and they excel pretty quickly.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's really a good transition for professional athletes that are able to have that kind of mindset, because when you're a stuntman or a stuntwoman, you can't have that second guess mindset like the normal average person. Like, you guys wouldn't go to a flight of stairs and turn around at the top of the stairs, look at your friend, and then just fall backwards blindly.
True story. Yeah.
You have something in your brain. Yeah, you have something in your brain that says that's going to hurt. I know, you know, save my life, fall back down 20 stairs onto your neck. And us as stunt performers, we don't have that in our head. We don't have that button.
Must be so. The mental toughness for a stunt double is beyond me, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm afraid of heights, and I have to do high falls.
Oh, great. Oh, great. Not gonna lie though, it's strange because I actually at some point want to go and like maybe even try doing stunts. I mean, I'm not the fittest guy, I'll give it that. And on top of that, I'm tiny. I'm 5'6", so I'm just trying to imagine what could I do as a really short guy doing that?
Like, if you want to experience stunts, a day of stunts, of what we go through, and see if it's something for you, you know, I would put on a little pad on your back and stand on your table and fall on your back 10 times and see if you still want to do it after that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
The thing is, don't dare me, because I probably at some point someone's gonna pick this up and be like, you should probably do that. You know how the internet is. It will bully me into doing something like that for a video.
Literally.
Yeah,
I don't suggest that. That was just a suggestion. Don't hold me on that one.
Yeah.
No, I have a disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. Don't try this at home. And
nope. Don't do it.
I wouldn't even put I'm a professional. I'm just like, don't do this.
Just put stunts day one.
Day one. Yeah, the stunt diaries, you know. And on top of that, I like way back when used to do karate, and I tried to get back into it recently, but more on like the boxing side of things. And I'm wondering, did you do any like karate, martial arts before you got into stunts?
I do. I mean, I still do a lot of karate. I have a dojo here at my house. And but I don't do karate. I do jiu-jitsu and boxing and like kickboxing.
Love that.
But I've been doing jiu-jitsu for about 15 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just got into jiu-jitsu. It's amazing.
Yeah. So you just get into it now. Good for you. Yeah. Stick with it, because you could probably get your black if you stay with it really a lot. You could do it maybe in 10 years.
100%. Looking forward to that.
Sounds about right.
It's definitely like the language of the body. Why did you say jiu-jitsu has taught you the most? I know there's so many lessons, but what stands out?
I mean, the main thing jiu-jitsu has taught me is, and I've learned this from my sensei, and it's stuck with me forever, and it's helped me out a lot, is you cannot defend what you don't know.
Sure.
So if you don't know how to stop me from doing a rear naked choke on you, you're going to sleep.
Yeah.
But if you know how to counter a rear naked choke, then you know jiu-jitsu, so you can stop me.
Yeah.
Sure. Definitely taking that lesson with me.
Oh yeah, I've taken it to heart my whole life since I started jiu-jitsu. It's taught me a lot of discipline. You know, how to be. It's something that I suggest. You know, I have 2 daughters, and both of them are in jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. They're in kickboxing, volleyball. You know, they're both going to be stunt women.
I love that.
Yeah.
World-class stunt women coming soon.
Oh, you bet. Yeah, nepotism is extremely huge in my business. For those of you who don't know what nepotism is when you follow your parents' footsteps into their industry of employment.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
After them, and if not, do it better.
Yeah.
They'll do better than me. They'll do better than I do.
Well, that's a high standard, eh? That's a real high standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope they can fill these shoes.
Oh, well, I feel like they have a bit of a leg up, you know.
Yeah. They'll definitely have an advantage if, you know, having a dad that is you know, a producer, director, stuntman.
Fair enough.
100%. That's awesome. And what are you wanting to still achieve in the industry? You've achieved so much, but what are you still hungry for?
Right now, my progression in my career is I'm going from, you know, a soldier as a stuntman to a second unit stunt coordinator, which I'm starting to do more and more of now. I was in India and I directed a film in India called Hero with their main actor over there, VJ. And mostly trying to get to the point where I'm either the second unit director or I'm the stunt coordinator or I'm both.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
That's incredible. Sure.
Yeah. And I have a lot of films that I've signed contracts to do. So I'm moving in that path, doing these next 5 to 7 films with this group that I'm with as their stunt coordinator and a little bit of their stunt second unit director also. So I'm moving in that path.
That is so exciting.
It's exciting.
Definitely.
Good to hear.
Very good to hear. As we wrap up, I wanted to ask, is there anything coming soon that the audience can look forward to?
Yeah, there's a lot that I have on my calendar. I have I think the next thing that I'll be in London and France filming will be I'm not sure if you guys saw Den of Thieves.
I think I did.
The series.
If you haven't, check it out, because we're gonna do Den of Thieves 2. I think maybe in a couple months in London we're gonna rob the Diamond District.
Whoa!
Oh hell yeah!
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yes. That one. Jeez.
Really well written script, and you know, the writer director, his name's Christian Gudegas. He's a friend of mine, and I mean, he is so precise with detail and just sucks you into the scene as if you're there. The way he writes all of the stuff, I'm a big fan. Even though he's my friend, I'm still a big fan of his work, and just really blessed to be able to work with him.
Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
I can imagine.
10 of these, look out for it, guys.
Yes.
And Aden, I just wanted to ask the last thing. Any advice you'd give to aspiring stunt men or women or actors, stunt coordinators aspiring, what would you say to them?
I get that question a lot. Like, the questions I get is, how do I become a stuntman? And what are my steps? My best advice to someone that's out there that wants to go down this career is you have to definitely be diligent at it. You have to try. You can never give up, because you'll go for a job and you're not tall enough. You're the color of your skin's not correct, or the hair, or you're not a great match. And it's kind of disheartening, so the main thing to do being a stuntman is, train at your craft as much as you can, and then stick with it. Don't just give up because of there's so many no's and such a small amount of yeses that you get in this business, especially to make it. There's probably 5 or 10,000 stunt people in the world, and out of the 5 or 10,000, there's probably 500 that are working solid. That work a lot. Their phone rings constantly, and they're asking for your availability constantly. I'm blessed to be one of the top guys in the game. Of course, there's guys that are way better than me. There's guys that are way more legends. In reality, I feel like I'm not good enough to be even called in their circle. And I'm not. Those guys paved the way. They did all the stunts in the 70s and 80s and 90s that were all practical, no CGI. And they're my idols. So, and now that I'm in circles of groups with them and friends with them, I'm kind of like starstruck. Like, oh, there's Corey Eubank, there's Tom McComas, and guys that I look up to, and now they're my really good friends, and I'm in movies with them side by side. Sometimes I get to be the main guy on the film, and I'm the cool guy and not them. So, it's a humbling experience to be able to be around, the Gary Himes and just some of these names that I'm mentioning are the legends of this industry.
That's phenomenal, honestly. Aden, you're definitely a legend, my man. Really fantastic.
Hey, thanks.
Work. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining the podcast. It's been amazing.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look for me on the big screen.
Yep. We definitely will.
So, yeah. To our audience out there, go send Aden some love. Check out his films. It's going to be incredible things that he's doing. So stay tuned. Like and subscribe to this podcast. Rate us 5 stars. We're only going up to the moon. Let's go. Cheers, guys.
Let's go, everybody. Cheers. And if you guys want to follow me on my Instagram, go ahead and follow me on there. I'll give you guys a shout.
Yeah.
Link in the description.
It's in the description.
Go follow Aden.
All right, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Okay. Here's Hawaii for you.